Hey guys, it's Strek, and today I'm reviewing this. This is the Zombie Strike Biosquad Abolisher ZR-800, which is a mouthful. The 800, I assume, refers to the number of darts that fit into this rough cut-like Smart AR HAMP system. HAMP is just the system where there is no trigger on this blaster, which means that I immediately dislike it compared to others, and it will be fired exclusively with pump action, similar to a Demolisher missile. In fact, this is an almost identical version of the Abolisher missile launcher apparatus with a Zombie Strike wrap, which we all know how I feel about cloth wrapping things that don't need cloth wrap. But we'll get to that later. So it's 3-in-1 blasting, firing zombie repellent, water, and darts. That should be very, very interesting. Comes with 1 can, I guess, of zombie spray repellent, a refillable Biosquad water bottle, and fires 2 darts at once. This is kind of cool. Where do I get cool vials for my bandolier? Come on, Hasbro, hook me up, man. This is just showing the eraser, which is the smaller version of the same thing. Still HAMP style launching, but we'll do a full review on that later on. The back just showcases how to chamber these things. Pretty intuitive. You can store 1 in the back here and then 1 in the front. You'll push them in and then knock them down. That just makes sense. Then mission, break zombie siege. Target incoming undead horde, exactly, blah, 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 blah. So lots of lore connected to this blaster. We're building a story and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get inside here. See what it comes with. Claims that it's coming with 8 darts. I'm assuming the blaster itself. So there's all of our ammunition. We'll set that aside, and then the blaster itself should be in here. Nothing else in the box except possibly instructions, but this is a highly intuitive blaster, so you can, of course, store 1 of your canisters in the back here. Do they store in reverse? Of course they store in reverse. Maybe, yes, no. There we go. So they store based on the rim there. This is, of course, our Zombie Strike repellent. It's 3.8 ounces of, I assume, green silly string. Reminds me a lot of the Spider-Man web shooters in that it is a very much so gimmick to get you to purchase more of these canisters. I'm positive that any generic silly string with this style nozzle for the cap and you could swap them would work. Just food for thought. And then our darts, I won't fool with those right now. So we will chamber this first. Again, this is spring loaded. I assume this is our trigger mechanism, which will push this forward into this, and then that'll press down on the lip of both this and the water blaster. So chambering like so, just kind of lines that up. This will fire that. Let's go ahead and load our HAMP down here. So there's a lot going on with this blaster, a lot to keep track of all at once. There are air restrictors built in to this system, which is 100% necessary for the Smart AR to function. Mixing silly string and water and dart seems a little bit quote-unquote busy to me, like there's just a lot going on in this blaster, but no trigger with the exception of firing this mechanism up front. So we'll fire the darts first and evaluate their performance. I'm trying to think if it is claiming any ranges. It is not claiming ranges that I can see, which makes a ton of sense since it will likely not get elite ranges. So I'll fire at a reasonable pace here. This is just a smooth prime through and only fired 1 dart. Interesting. Firing from the bottom, only fired 1 dart there too. Am I doing something wrong? Is it not firing 2 darts at once? Fired on each side here. That's so wild to me that it's only firing half of them. So, as always, there's the possibility that this early production model is a lemon, but it's not firing this entire side of my blaster. That's a little bit upsetting for me, in all honesty. Let's try it one more time. We'll chamber 2 identical Zombie Strike darts in the bottom here. This has come loose, which is kind of funky. Did I not seat this all the way? I certainly did. Wild. Still, there we go. 2 shots fired both. I know it's supposed to fire 2 darts at once for a shotgun style action. Yep, claims it right here, but not getting that kind of performance. In fact, wasn't firing these at all, so that's very strange. Let's go ahead and shoot our Zombie Strike Biosquad repellent, which again should just be silly string. Are you supposed to shake before using it? Contents under pressure. Do not puncture or incinerate. Heat can converse violently. Do not ingest string. Man, I don't know if I want to spray this where I take ghost out. Like, this stuff, I doubt it's toxic, but if you can't ingest it, it's definitely not safe. I guess we'll fire into this wooded area here. So, firing. That's kind of fun. Reminds me a lot of a Spider-Man web shooter. So let's take out this tree here with our Zombie Strike Biosquad repellent. So there you have it. I hope it's biodegradable. If not, I'll come out and clean it up later. But smells like silly string, looks like silly string. It's fun like silly string, kind of cool. Again, I'd recommend going generic if you need refills, as these are going to be proprietary and very expensive. Let's go ahead and fill up our water canister, see how that works. Twist this off. Oh no, it's going to be like squirt style. This is a small plunger. That'll be interesting. So, not a ton of fluid capacity here. I wish I could read it. It's not telling me how much there is. Certainly not a whole lot. That said, this piston here is absolutely minuscule, so I doubt it will be firing much volume with each shot. You'll probably get plenty of shots out of one canister. We'll go ahead and do a swap here. Oh, gross. Come on, just, there we are. I do like that they've made the storage option a thing. I don't think that this is a necessarily stable holding system here, but it is what it is. So firing the first time, nothing happens. Second time, third time, fourth time, there we go. Compared to the stuff that Nerf has been releasing for Super Soakers, this is a rather poor offering. It's very, very wimpy. Shots are inconsistent. I don't much care for this at all. I think that this could have been done a little bit better, and it's getting water all over the area that I chamber darts in. So my overall impressions of the Zombie Strike Biosquad Abolisher ZR800 are, sadly, don't buy this. It was interesting to see Nerf take something in a different direction, but that's 3 for 3. The only thing that performs like I thought it would perform is the silly string, and that's hard to mess up. So the water gun is terrible. My hamp isn't firing, but even if it was firing correctly, I'd rather have a rough cut. For the MSRP of this blaster, you could buy a hammer shot and then have money left over for lunch, which would make you an overall much happier Nerfer, no matter what scenario you are playing in. So I do not recommend this. I'll mention the aesthetics really quick. Standard Zombie Strike aesthetics, which look great. Color choices are on point. I still am a huge non-believer in the cloth wrap, and if you're going to do a cloth wrap, color the cloth wrap so that it makes sense. This is a cloth wrap on wood with wood grain. Unbelievably silly. And then here we have a cloth wrap on a metal, I guess, handle that's colored like the... Is water just falling out of this guy? Oh, I guess water gets stuck in the tray underneath here. Anyway, strong pass for me on the Zombie Strike Abolisher here. I purchased it so you don't have to. So, as always, thanks for watching. That's been an honest look at this one. I'm sure other Nerfers will say it's awesome, but you heard it here first. Don't pick this one up. I think that there are better ways to allocate your fun money. Thanks for watching.